My name is Pat Iyer. Here is a tip about organizing your legal nurse consulting practice. I recommend using a standard intake form. I have developed and refined a form that sits on a clipboard on my desk. I print it on orange paper to make the form stand out in the file. A standard intake form helps you gather information that you need in order to be able to determine if you can assist the attorney. Here are some of the important components of your intake form. At the top of the form, provide room for the law firm, phone number, and email address. Include a referral source on the form. You want to be able to thank people who are directing work towards your business. If you have advertised, it's useful to know whether the person who's inquiring about your services came as a result of a specific advertisement. Next, you should identify whether this person is a prospect, new to you, or a client and has already given you work. Is the person that you're talking to a paralegal or an attorney? Which side does that person represent, the plaintiff or the defense? What are the names of the patient and the defendants? We use the patient's name as the key piece of data rather than the plaintiff because they're not always the same. Check for a conflict of interest before you hear any details of the case. I check my database to make sure that I'm not already involved in the case for the opposing side. Then take notes about the issues, identifying what the attorney's concerns are, and make sure that you understand what the attorney is asking of you. Knowing the deadline is very important. Is this something that has to be turned around by next Thursday? Is this something that is brand new? Is this something that is a rush, where there is going to be a tight deadline? What specifically does the attorney need by the deadline? A form to be filled out, a report, a verbal opinion? Set up a series of items to check off that guides you through the next steps. Typically they are to send a fee agreement with a retainer request, send your resume or CV, and log the possible case into your database. Get more tips on organizing your legal nurse consulting business by purchasing a copy of Honing Your Legal Nurse Consulting Skills at www.patiyer.com. Get your free ebooks on the site, 275 tips about medical records, a guide for legal nurse consultants, 24 nursing documentation mistakes that could get you sued, and 6,500 medical abbreviations.